man. It's spinning, and I think we're going to be live. But of course, I got to always go check to make sure we're live, to make sure I'm not talking to myself, my man, which is very important to do.
That wouldn't work, Calvin.
It does work sometimes. Sometimes you can talk to yourself and you can answer yourself, man. But you know what I admire most is I love these part 3 episodes when it's part 3 of 3, because tonight or this morning when they're watching, can you do it like a recap of part 1 and then kind of show them a little bit of part 2? So if they missed a little bit of part 1, they can't get it all, but they can get the nuggets that they really need. Can you do that tonight?
I mean, I can. They should have tuned in. Like, again, I don't know what other people are doing. I don't know why, if he's sleeping or watching their favorite TV show. None of that stuff matters. They should be here anyway. So I'll do it just because you said so. But I don't know if.
No, but I'm thinking seriously. I'm thinking recap part 1 and then kind of recap part 2, so they get the highlights. And what I'm going to tell them when we go live, I'm going to be like, look, when you take notes right now, you're getting the best of the best ideas. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Just because Shay said so, I'll give you all a recap. Just let me know, Shay, when you want. It's
the first time we've ever had a 3-part series, man. So how can you not do a recap when we've never had a 3-part? I may never do another 3-part series.
You're gonna Well, next time I'm on, I'm gonna do another 3-part series.
Yeah. That? For you, yes, because it's technical stuff. You need that. How about that? Anyway, let me go see if we're live. They tell me we're going live in a second here. Let me click over. Check 1, check 2. We're at 1. Are we live? I think we're going live. Let me look out here. All right, Nicole Brown is in the house. What's up, Nicole Brown? Thanks for joining. Loretta, hello. Good to see you. Mary Lou Mitchell, I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. I was just having a conversation with none other than the one and only, the man himself, Justin Burns. And Justin Burns said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a recap. And I said, yes. Y'all want to know the recap. Y'all want the recap, by the way. For those folks that are tuning in, hey, Loretta Shea, you're the greatest. Thank you. For those folks that are tuning in, look below the video and just say, holla at your boy. Say, hey, Justin, we see you. Or, hey, Shay, we see you. See, Justin, I learned from you, man. Did I do that right?
I think so. I think you did.
All right, so what should they do? What should they say? I'll leave it to you. What should they do?
I mean, they just say hello. Just simply be a human being, right? Just say
but you didn't say that on the first episode.
Good evening, good night. Just all those good things. Just
but
say hello.
But you didn't say that on the first episode.
Your best friend.
On the first episode, you said, say, hey, Justin. Hey. All right. Anyway, mic check. And y'all let us know you can hear us. Maria, let us know you can hear. Demetria said, hey, Justin. Ha. Hey, Shay. We got someone. They can hear us.
How's it going? Demetria. Hey, Mrs. Morgan. Thank you for tuning in.
It is always a pleasure. Thank all y'all for tuning in right now. All right, so we hear him. I believe y'all can hear us loud and clear. So we're going to do a mic check. Justin, do a mic check. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mic check. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I be heard by those out there in the world? Let us know in the comments.
Well, you didn't have to really say 2, 3, 4, 5. You could have said 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, let's go and get this thing kicked off. We're going to get kicked off in a little less than they're giving me the signal over there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get ready to go, everyone. We're going to kick it off. Showtime. I love that one.
Go ahead and give a big standing ovation for the one and the only Shay Brown.
Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up and it knows it must outrun the fastest lion or be killed and eaten. Also, every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up and knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. You've heard it before. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be what? You better be running. That's right. You better be running. Life is about meaning, and meaning is about service. Isn't that the reason why we're all here? Isn't that what we're all searching for? 2013, the Peak Performance Institute was created. 5,000 clients who we've helped turn their idea into a reality, their reality into a business, their business into a movement, impacting 5.7 million lives around the world. Imagine that! My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Network, the world's largest organization for the well-being of an entrepreneur. And as we always say, our mission at the Happy Entrepreneur Network, our mission is to inspire, empower, and provide resources for the entrepreneur to live a balanced life and execute their vision for the people they were called to serve. And our mantra, I love our belief. Everyone should have a belief statement. Our belief is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. With that being said, let's get started. Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country. And I am super excited. I am over the top happy because we have none other this evening, Betty Morgan. We have none other Dante. We have none other Loretta. We have none other Andrea Stuckley than Justin Morgan, the world's #1 automation guru. Let me do a mic check and say, what's up, Justin Morgan?
What's up, Shay? What's up, happy entrepreneurs? I'm so excited to be here again for this third time. So thanks, Shay. Let's go ahead and have some fun with this.
Man, let's have some fun. One of the beliefs we said earlier, Justin, is that the results that show up in your bank account are the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And I know this evening, you're going to talk about results in your bank account. Is that correct?
Correct, sir. Correct.
For everyone that's listening right now, Andrea, what's up, Treats? It's always a pleasure. If you're listening right now, you're ready to get results in your bank account. You want results in your bank account. Look right below the video. And just write these words. Results in my bank account. #serve so big. I'm going to tell you what to do. Go to the digital board right now and look at the notes right below the video. And I want you to type these words. Results in my bank account. #serve so big. So you're going to serve first. You're going to serve big. And then after you've had more meaning, you'll make more money. After you've had more impact, you'll generate more income. After you made a difference, you will make $1. So go look right below the video and write those words. Results in my bank account. #serve so big. Justin Morgan. When you think of serve so big, that's our mantra this quarter, by the way, over these episodes, #serve so big. What comes to mind to you, and why is that important? And I know you're getting to the evergreen prospecting sequence, but why is that important that you first come with a servant's heart? You first come with a heart to give and a heart to serve, and then the money will follow. I will say hello again to Treat. She put results in my bank account. Absolutely. Andrea Stuckley, it was great connecting with you when we was in Las Vegas. Send me an inbox message. Gotta have you on. I love what you're doing. She put results in my bank account. #serve so big. Loretta, what's up, Loretta? Always a pleasure. She put results in my bank account. Someone do me a favor. Hit the heart button. Hit the like button. #serve so big. Justin, I need a t-shirt. I'm going to talk to Trevor Hotz about that. I need a t-shirt that just says #serve so big.
So big.
All right, talk to me, Justin Morgan. What's up, man? When you hear that #serve so big, what comes to your mind?
Man, you got to lead with value. I'm talking about this entire time is leading with value, leading with that heart of service. Service is really the thing that opens new doors. Just today, even for me, I opened a new door because I put myself in a position to serve. I wasn't begging for anything. I wasn't asking for anything. I wasn't demanding anything. Mm-hmm. I simply opened a door that just wasn't even there before because I put myself in a position to serve. It's how I got here where I am now. Is I started out in a place of service. And learned as a servant. And as you learn as a servant, you then move up to that position of becoming a teacher. Right? So you must be a servant first before you then can become a teacher. You must become a servant first and then become a teacher. Again, I talk about the importance of principles. You must become a servant first and then become a teacher. Now, when you're a teacher, right, once you teach long enough, you empower, impact enough people, then you become a leader. Now, you can't become a leader unless you've already become a teacher. You've already started to impact and impress something upon other people. So first you must serve, and from being a servant, then you become the teacher, and then the teacher becomes the leader. And then once you lead enough people, once you change enough lives, once you have enough of a flock, of a tribe, then you become a maverick. Then you become a person that changes the landscape. Then you become a person that creates a movement. So again, if you want to be somebody who makes that big shift, then it starts all with service. Service is at the core. You can't do the rest of it without starting there.
You know, Justin, you landed it so, that was right spot on. You've got to serve first. Couple things, Justin. One, you might just check your mic. Just check your mic when you get a chance. Maybe if you got to put it on mute and just check the sound just to make sure mine is coming through a little bit muffled. So I don't know if I'm a little too close or you're a little too close to the mic, but you might check that out just for a second. It could just be me. If you can hear Justin just fine and you can hear Justin just clearly, just look right below the video and just put Justin, we hear you. Just put Justin, we hear you. It's coming through, at least on my side, a little bit. A little like the mic might have been turned up a little high, the sensitivity, Justin, but I could be wrong. So you might want to go back and kind of listen to it for a second. Dante Mayo, what's up? Thanks a lot for joining. Said results in my bank account. Hashtag serve so big. One of the things I love doing, and one of my favorite segments, is the Champions Creed. And I love the Champions Creed because the Champions Creed is a way for all of us as entrepreneurs to love on each other, to support another entrepreneur. And this is not a segment that is about me. It's not a segment about Justin. It's not a segment about you. It's about how can we give in this virtual space? How can we use the power of these fiber optic lines to really serve so big for someone else? So I always share the Champions Creed because my mentor, D'Andrea, my mentor shared it with me. And when he shared it with me, it was something that I did for 15 years. And as a result of doing that, it kept my energy up, it kept my mindset focused, and it reminded me of the importance of it. So let me go right now. I'm going to bring up the Champions Creed, and I just want you to read along with me when I bring this up. This is so important. And you just follow along. You just listen to the words. And here's my favorite segment, the Happy Entrepreneur. Champions Creed. I'm not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying, and keep trying, and keep trying. The reason I bring that up, the reason that's so important to me, the reason it's dear and near to me is that I know as entrepreneurs, sometimes things aren't going to go right. I know as an entrepreneur, it's like life. It's going to have its seasons. There'll be their high highs. There'll be their low lows. But that's okay. We still get better every single time. And so here's what I want you to tell another entrepreneur. Here's what I want you to share right now. I want you can participate, Michael Jordan. You can look right below the video, all of you, and you can write these words. You are awesome. Hashtag serve so big. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell another entrepreneur, look right below the video in this digital space. And I'm going to ask Justin Morgan if he'll read those words in just a moment. But I want all of us to really love on, shout, and help other entrepreneurs by looking below that video and writing you, the entrepreneur, you, the speaker, you, the coach, you, the business owner, you, the caterer, you, the accountant, you, the person that's making a difference in the world. You are awesome. Hashtag serve so big. Now, why do you write those words? Because someone else reads this. These videos go viral. Oftentimes, folks will listen to the podcast. They can't see, but they can listen. Oftentimes, they go back and they listen to it in the replay. It's syndicated out through conference calls. And we want them to know that you are awesome. Doesn't matter what your bank account looks like. You are awesome. It doesn't matter if the customer didn't sign their contract with you. You are awesome. It doesn't matter if your website don't look the way you want it. You, Tashika Green. You, Treats. You, Andrea. You, Dante Mayo. You, Calvin. You, Andrea. You are awesome. Hashtag serve so big. And for as long as they let me sit in this seat, we will always have a segment to encourage other entrepreneurs not to be happy, because you can be happy but you're not naive. You can be happy but you understand every day is not cupcakes, rainbows, and unicorns. You can be happy but you don't work for free. You can be happy but you don't work for free. Let me say that again. You can be happy but you don't work for free. You can be a happy entrepreneur, but you understand your stuff stinks sometimes. You make some mistakes, but you get yourself back up. Justin, will you do me a favor? For those folks that are writing, you are awesome. When you read the Champions Creed, we're going to talk about getting results in your bank account. But first, we're going to get some results in our life. First, we're going to bless someone else. First, I'm going to encourage someone else. And then the segments went on a little longer than it needed to, but I got excited, Justin, because I had a conversation about 2 hours ago with someone, and I told them, I said, tonight I'm going to tell people they're awesome. And I said, you're awesome. They said, really? No, I said, you are awesome. I said, when's the last time someone just told you that you are awesome? Not that you heard it on audio, not that you heard it because you was watching a YouTube video, but someone just came out the blue and said, you are awesome just for trying. You are awesome for starting your business. You are awesome for being a single mom. This is a single mom raising 3 kids as an entrepreneur, and they were having a tough day. And you know what they said? They said, thank you. I'm at the pool, and I was feeling guilty. I said, don't feel guilty. They didn't call me for that. We were having a sales conversation. But I said, you are awesome. Enjoy the time with your kids. That's why we do what we do. That's why we have the Champions Creed. So every one of you, Brenda, Carlton, Dixon, look right below the video and put you are awesome. Hashtag. What's the hashtag again? Serve so big. Justin, will you read this? And when you finish reading it, give us your view of the world. Justin has his own view on the world on the Champions Creed, and I'm going to get his view on the world. So, Justin, take it away, my brother.
All right, mic check. Can I be heard? Can I be seen? And is it too loud now? A little bit better, Shay?
Nope, that's much better. What's up, Valerie Brown Ball? Excellent. Thanks for joining. Brenda Voris in the house. All right, Justin, take it away.
All right, so the Champions Creed, again, is I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying.
And keep trying. You know, they're writing out there right now, they're writing you are awesome. Hashtag serve so big. Hey, Dwayne Reynolds. What's up, D. Bowden? Take it away if you would, Justin. We're gonna get into the evergreen prospecting sequence, but encourage another entrepreneur. Let them know they're awesome. What are your words of encouragement as you hear Champions Creed?
For me, a champion is not just about how well you do on game day. It's not just about how well you do on your best day. It's about how you handle the setbacks. It's about how you handle those obstacles, those days where it just doesn't seem like anything is going right. That is the moment where you become a champion. Anybody can do well when the day is going smoothly. Anybody can do well when the stars align. Anybody can do well when the dog has its day. But sometimes the rain comes down. Sometimes the storm comes through, and sometimes you get pushed all the way to the back, and you can't explain why. And it's on those days that you truly become the champion you were meant to be. And so when you get in the face of those obstacles you don't think you can survive, that is really where you got to put your feet down, really embody this creed and take it and use it and actually get things done. And if at the end of the day you can get a keeping smile on your face, then you truly become the champion you should be.
You know, Justin, I appreciate those comments, man. I appreciate the person you are just prior to this conversation. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to get into the evergreen prospecting sequence that you can see up there. I know he's going to get into unleashing your automation army. I know he's going to talk to you about a system you can have for under $100 that we use to build a 7-figure income. But one of the things I admire about the world's #1 automation guru, Justin Morgan, is just prior to this, he and I were just having a behind the scenes conversation, and he was sharing the plans he has with his family this weekend. So here's a gentleman that works hard all week long, but yet always finds time for his family. And we believe the results in your life are just as important as the results in your bank account. And he was sharing, look, these are plans I have with my family this weekend. There's some stuff I'm doing with my parents. And he had a big smile on his face as he was doing that. Justin, take a moment, if you would. What's up, D? Take a moment and talk about why results in your life are really important. And we'll get to the technical stuff, all right, man? We'll get to automating their business. Don't worry about that. But I'm just having a sense right now that someone watching, someone that's tuned in, is maybe have all the money they want in the bank account. And I've been there, Justin. But things with the family just aren't where they are. And I want to encourage you as a happy entrepreneur that you can have it all. You can have results in your life. You can have results in your business. You can have results in your finances. You can have results in your health. Talk about that, if you will, Justin, the importance of having results with your family.
Well, what's to say, how great is it to sit at a table? We have a full meal, right? And the table's decked out with food. We got bowls and desserts and appetizers and entrees. You got steaks, you got roast, you got chicken, you got your mac and cheese. You're just sitting there at that table. It's plentiful, but you got nobody to share it with, right? There's nobody to actually share those results with. And so I know, and this is not coming from a place of perfection, is I have everything figured out. This is more just understanding that, all this work that we do here, it's not just about the money again that we make. It's about doing it so that way you can provide for something that is greater than yourself. So despite all the sacrifices you must make in certain moments, this is all done because there should be something greater than yourself that you're sharing these results with. And for me, there's a large vision, but at the end of the day, it's about building something for my family. And so it's important that while I'm still busy trying to figure things out and business and balance and trying to make sure I get priorities straight, and there's always a shifting tide and flow, it never changes, that my heart at the end of the day is still with them. They're upstairs right now. Some sleep, some up, right? And I was telling Shay, like, they barely, it's been a long few days, but this weekend and be able to kind of section off some time and really focus, and that's always good. And I look forward to those times.
Well, Justin, that means so much. When we come back, everyone, you're watching the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're here with none other than Justin Morgan, the world's #1 automation guru. You're here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country. When we come back, we're going to break that thing down and we're going to unleash your automation army. What's up, Ali? Thanks for joining. Cheryl Pope Clark, it's always a pleasure. Let's go over to Tashika Green right now and let's hear what she has to say about stop being over committed. Someone look right below the video. And say results in my life. Hashtag serve so big. Yeah, the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. While this episode is a money conversation, I don't want it to get lost. So someone look right below the video and put results in my family. Hashtag serve so big. Dr. Tashika Green, take it away.
Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to what promises to be a wonderful week for you. I am Dr. Tashika L. Green, the president, CEO, and founder of To Everything There Is a Season. I am so excited for the great things that are taking place for your business, in your personal, and in your professional lives. I celebrate you and I celebrate everything that you put your hand to. Listen, today is my January 1st. Yes, my January 1st. Today is a new day of great beginnings, a new day of more expectations, a new day of fresh starts, a new day to do it over again. Today is my January 1st, and not only is my January 1st, but it's your January 1st. Take today and start new. And I have a question for you as you begin this week and our thought for the week. Are you committed or are you overcommitted? Have you taken on more than you can actually encounter or even accomplish? Are you committed to do the things that you said you were going to do? Oftentimes we are presented with so many different tasks, projects, writing assignments, work assignments, and things that we want to get done. And we seldomly take on those tasks, not looking at what it will involve for us and also how it will impact the people around us. I challenge you to not be overcommitted, but to just be simply committed. Every task, every project, every book, every assignment is not designed for you. It is always not a good opportunity, but it may be an opportunity to distract you for that one thing that you really need to focus on. So I say to you today that it's good to have vision. Vision is how you get started. but it's through the commitment that you execute that vision and it becomes a reality. The only distance between you, your vision, and reality is just your level of commitment. So I say to you today, stop being overcommitted and commit to those things that's going to get you to your destiny. Again,
I love it. Stop being overcommitted and commit to the things that are going to get you to your destiny. Why is that important for you, by the way? Why is that important for none other than Dr. Tashika Green? The reason that's important to stop being overcommitted, but be committed to the things that get you to your destiny, because for some of you in your business, you've been working way too hard. For some of you in your business, you have to do all the work yourself. And some of you in your business, for you to do something the first time and the second time and the third time, it includes your labor or paying for labor. Now the time has come to automate your business, multiply your profits, and work less, reclaim your life, take back your time, and do the things you really, really want to do. And if that's you, you're at the right place, at the right time, in the right conversation with the right person who has now brought the right system to you to make that all happen. And you might say, Shay, I've heard that before, but you've never heard it here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show because we've never did an episode like this. We've never done a 3-part series. So I'm going to step back and I'm going to turn it over to Justin Morgan. What's going on, Samantha? Welcome. What's going on, Amber Woods? Welcome. What's happening, Rodney? Glad you can make it, by the way. Samuel, thank you so much. Dordia Brown, hey. To all of you who are joining, that have just showed up right now, I'm going to turn over to Justin Morgan. Now, here's what I know. Justin, you can see Justin Morgan, but Justin Morgan can't see you. You can hear Justin Morgan, but Justin Morgan can't. No matter how hard he tries, he can't hear you. But here's how you can let him know you're here. What's up, Ashley Little? Here's how you can let Justin Morgan know you're here. You can look right below the video, and tell us what you do, how you help businesses, how you help individuals. And I want you to do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want Justin to know what type of business that you're in. Number 2, I want another entrepreneur, another individual to see how you're making a difference in the world, because y'all might be able to collaborate. Y'all might be able to work together. Y'all might be able to build a network. So here's how you do that, Nakia. Here's how you do that. Good evening, good evening, and good evening. Always good to see Nakia. You can look below the video and you write these words: I help businesses, ... or I help people, ... So Rodney, you're out there right now. Samantha might not know who you are. Samantha, you're out there right now. But guess what? Maria might not know who you are. Nikki, you just joined on. And some folks might not know who you are and how you serve so big in the world. So I want you to look right below the video and put I help people, or I help women transform their lives. Or if you're Justin Morgan, I help businesses automate their processes so they can do things with their time. I help speakers get better at telling their stories. All I want you to tell us right now, what's up, Martha? All I want you to do is look right below the video and say, I help businesses, ... or I help people, ... And that's a signal so we understand who you are, and it gives you a chance to spotlight your business. And you can even, I love this segment, and I tell everyone, take advantage of this segment. You can even put down your website. And Justin, as they're out there right now and they're putting down their website, and I know you're okay with that. Justin's kind of cool, and he's okay with doing that, by the way. And Martha, as you're joining on, and Brenda, as you're joining on, people don't know who you are, and they don't know how you serve. So look right below the video and put I help people, ... or I help businesses, ... And I'm going to ask Justin Morgan if he'll go over now into the group. He's got a busy evening. He's got a lot to unpack. But he'll find you, Christopher Van Buren. Let me know when you see him, Justin. And he'll read how you help people. Sean, put down I help businesses, ... or I help people, ... Justin, take it away. Can you read some of the folks who are participating below so others can know what they're doing in the world? And if they didn't put their website down, go back and put your website. Put your Facebook page. Put your Twitter handle. Let's all connect with each other. It's not about Justin. And it's not about us just pushing out information. It's about us coming together as a tribe. All right, Justin, go ahead and share some folks who've shared how they're serving in the world.
All right, so we got these comments moving at a mile a minute. I see Christopher Van Buren. He helps businesses obtain working capital for growth and expansion.
Ooh,
that's a powerful service,
I like
friend.
that.
Make sure you put that information down there so folks can learn more about how to get access to those resources. Andrea Stuckey, let's see. I help separated and divorced women rebuild, redefine, and liberate their lives. So important, so important, so important. Gertrude Chapman. See, I help aspiring writers write successful books and supplement their income. She's at turningpointenrichment.com. Okay.
I like that. Turning Point.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Enrichment.
Turning Point Enrichment.
That sounds fancy, elegant. I like it. I like that. Let's see. Nikki Lee, the trichologist. I help people get to the root cause of their hair and scalp disorders. I didn't even know that was a service. That's real niche right there, and I think that's definitely needed. You got a business there. Let's see. Sean Harris. He helps people build generational wealth through creating multiple sources of income. All right, Sean, if you got a website to share with us, please let us know so folks can check you out. Treats Tiger. I think I had that right. I help busy professionals realize that they don't have running around with neck. They don't have to run around with their neck cut off, wondering where they can get food to eat for their organizations. Okay, they're their yesterday caterer. Okay. So in the food business. Good. Let's see, who else do we have? Nicole Brown Horston. I help people soar by providing help, hope, and healing conferences.
Thank you.
GetInStep.com. There we go.
Man, that's good. We got Rodney Middleton out there said, I help authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs relaunch and bring clarity to their vision for lasting success. Oh my gosh, thanks for sharing. Martha be over here in the show next week. Martha says, I also hire medical professionals with jobs in healing with domestic violence. Thank you for all you're doing. What's up, Tamika Walker? What's up, Jennifer Harris? I declare, Jennifer Harris, today is my January 1st. Good to see you, by the way. All right, Justin, thanks for taking time, Justin, to recognize the entrepreneurs. If you're just joining on and you're just tuning in, it's your very first time hearing about this segment. It's my favorite segment. It's when you take a moment to look right below the video and you let the guest and host know what you do by sharing how you help a business or how you help somebody solve a problem. One of our principles, one of our core values at the Happy Entrepreneur Network is that people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. We're all in the problem-solving business. And what I'm going to encourage you to do, as I see Tashika Green, she put down what she does, I'm going to encourage you, what you do, is I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and share what you do and share your website. You heard Tashika Green earlier say, stop being overcommitted and be committed to the one thing. You know, back in the day, Tashika, we would say keep the main thing, right? But be committed to that destiny. And this morning or this evening or this afternoon, Justin's going to talk about keeping the main thing automation, making your life easier. Tashika Green says, I provide personal, professional leadership development to people and organizations by helping them leverage helping them leverage their gifts, talents, and strengths to reach their maximum potential. Holla at your boy. That's why she does what she does. We appreciate you doing the Momentum Mondays. Appreciate you sharing the thought of the week. You rock. What's up, Ken Brooks? You're in the house. Okay, Justin, I've kind of held it up a little bit. I got overexcited, but I love hearing what entrepreneurs are doing because they're the backbone of this country. And no matter if you're outside the country, by the way, we appreciate you sharing your experience, sharing your expertise, sharing your gifts. And I know it's not always easy being an entrepreneur. It's not always easy being creative. It's not always easy serving. But our mantra is #serve so big. So whatever you do, you serve big. All right, Justin Morgan, I know that you showed up to serve. And when we come back in just a moment, Justin Morgan is going to take it away. Justin Morgan, when he come back, I'm going to hand the rings over to him. He's going to help you unleash your automation army. He's going to help you really do what you want to do in your business easier, faster, with less effort. Ken Brooks put, I help businesses build their brand with promotional products and imprinted apparel. Well, can I get a shirt that says #serve so big? You know, I've been asking for a shirt. Every apparel person I've been asked, I'm going to talk to Trevor Oz. I will even provide their own design. Send me an inbox, okay? It doesn't matter what it costs. Send me an inbox. Can I get my own shirt one day, Justin? I'm just saying. I know. It doesn't matter. I'm blessed. I'm here. I get it. All right. I rambled on a little longer. Valerie, what's going on? I help people take their vision from concept to reality. www.theIamLady.com. I know, Justin, like Shay Brown. You got to move on. They're saying Shay. But these are entrepreneurs, Justin. These are business owners. I got to take a minute with them. But I promise you, I'm going to give the mic over to you, Justin. But it feels good when they share. Doesn't it feel good, Justin? Know what they're doing out there?
Very good.
To know why they do what they do? Yeah. Sure. Now we got to have them get some results in their bank account. All right, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to come back. And when we come back, I'm going to turn it to the one and the only, my man, Justin Morgan. We talked about results in your bank account. Let me give you a moment to go to Dr. Connett and let her talk about live your life. Cynthia Green, who's out there, by the way, can't wait next week to help couples have better relationships. But over to you, Dr. Connett. And then we come back, Justin Morgan.
Hello, it's your girl, Dr. Connett Thigpen, also known as Dr. K, founder of Rise Women's Network. And Rise Women's Network is pleased to present to you #NextSisterUp. I'm here with you today in the Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, and today is my January 1st. Here's your thought of the week. Live your life by design, not by default. You see, a few years back, I was flipping through this fashion magazine, and I saw this beautiful dress. And I liked it. But every time I kept looking at it, I had a bigger and bolder vision for this dress. So I contacted the store in which it was sold, and I asked them if they could get in contact with the designer to see if she would be willing to send me the dress in different pieces so that I could design the one that I wanted. And the designer agreed. So she sent me the bodice of the dress, she sent me the ruffles separately, the beading separately, and the flowers separately, and I designed the dress that I wanted. But here's the thing. When I saw this dress, I had a bold and big vision for what I wanted. I was very intentional about what I wanted, and I was willing to take a risk and be disruptive. Now, in life, oftentimes we live the life by default. You know, we settle based upon the hand that we were dealt in life. And so we live based upon our circumstances or our situations. Or maybe we settle for that job that we're on, knowing that there is more to life. Or maybe we're just content with the different products and services that we're using, knowing that, again, there's much more to life. Now, I challenge you to stop living a life out of habit. Stop living your life on autopilot and stop living your life by default. Take time to design the life that you want. My name's Dr. K. Make it a great day.
Dr. K, make it a great day. Design the life you want. Someone look right below the video. Look right below the video. If you're ready to have your best year ever, if you're ready to own your day and own your life, if you're ready to own your day and own your life, just look right below the video. And I'm going to turn over to Justin. Look right below the video. And I just want you to write these words. Just write these words for someone else. Own the day. Own my life. I'm going to say it again because my mentor, Jim Rohn, who's no longer with us, used to always say, either you run the day, Shay, or the day runs you. Think about that. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Now we got the remix version, right? The remix version is own the day. Own your life. Someone look right below the video and put that down. And as I come over to Justin, as you're writing those words, own your life, own the day, hashtag serve so big. We're going to what? Serve so big. That is so important. Justin, as we get ready to bring on and really break this automation down, there was a question that came up, and the question was asked that I didn't get a chance to ask you the other night, and I wanted to do that. And I see you, Beverly, said, own the day, own my life. I see you, Rodney, said, own the day, own my life. I see you, Martha, own my life. Yeah, we're going to hashtag serve so big. I'm just going to ask Justin real quick before he kicks off. Justin, why do you do what you do? I've watched you help businesses automate. I've watched you not only grow, but I've watched you serve behind the scenes. I've watched you give and give and give. And some folks are meeting you for the very first time. And I know you don't do it just for the money. I know you don't do it just for the fame. But if the question is asked to Justin Morgan, what is your big why? I'm just curious. For a techie, he's someone that gets out in front of the camera. He's not your normal techie. Your normal techie is behind this steel door. Don't talk to anybody. You slide these papers underneath and say, help me with this coding. Do this. But not Justice. He got a big smile on his face. He's hanging out because he owns the day and he owns his life. Now, we don't have a script. I don't have no questions I got to ask him. He's going to teach in a moment. But I'm just curious, and I've been curious. So I thought I'd ask him. He's on the show. Said I can ask any question I want. You might be curious as well. Justin Morgan, tell us, what is your big why? What's up, Christopher? I see you. Hashtag serve so big. Gary Brackett, thanks for joining, by the way. Kim Brooks, own the day, Justin. He said, own my life. Nicole said, own your life, own the day. Brenda said, own the day, own my life. You're here with Justin Morgan, the world's #1 automation guru, and now he's going to share his big why. He does what he does for so many years, and he's got to be the second hardest working man. Ha ha! I got to be #1. No, I'm joking, Justin. I'm joking. I got a few more years on him. I got a few more hours in the queue. But he will be the hardest working man out there, by the way. I promise you, you will not outwork Justin. I will promise you. There's a lot of things you may do better than Justin, but you will not put in more effort. You will not put in more time. You will not put in more dedication, and you will not serve bigger than Justin Morgan. So, Justin, before you get into showing them, I think I'll show them all this fancy, smancy stuff. They can't even see it, is it? I know you're going to show them all this fancy, smancy stuff in a minute, and they're going to see all this stuff, and you're going to go through that in a moment. You're going to do a recap of part 1. You're going to do a quick recap of part 2, and then you're going to bring it down the home stretch with part 3. So if you miss part 1, he's going to do a recap. So hit the share button, and say, unleash my automation army. Hit that share button for Justin and put unleash my automation army. But he's going to share part 1. Then he's going to share part 2, recaps, and then teach you part 3. But first, Justin Morgan. Let me put the camera on Justin Morgan. Everybody put the camera on Justin Morgan. Let's find out what his big why is. Let's find out why he does this every single day and gives. The guy got heart. Justin, what's your big why, my man?
I mean, it's really about everybody here, right? See, yesterday you were wearing the Batman shirt. What kind of wish you were wearing this today? But it's relevant, right? Because again, I was the kid that grew up off of superheroes. Again, I'm a techie. I'm still a geek at heart, right? I can get in front of the camera and I can have this energy, right? But at the end of the day, I'm still a little bit of a geeky guy, right? Which is a good thing. I enjoy it. I embrace it. Okay, but growing up as a kid, you grew up off of heroes, and you saw how they always made differences. They made a change and how they help people. And Batman was one of those folks who just, no matter what, right? He doesn't have super strength, right? He can't fly, right? No super speed. All Batman was, he's smart, had technology. That was Batman at his core. He's smart, has money, and good with technology. Anybody here can be smart, have money, and, well, I'm good with technology, right? so that, at the end of the day, though, in all seriousness, I've always grown up as one that, I saw injustices out in the world, and I saw people suffering, I saw poverty, I saw hunger, and these were always things and problems I've always wanted to solve. So growing up, I wanted to find ways to do and solve that problem, but as I sit here now, I realize that kind of why I'm on this route and help entrepreneurs, why I help businesses, is if I can impose, if I can empower, if I can give you the ability to do what you're able to do well, and what you do is you change people's lives, you solve hunger, you solve poverty, you solve financial illiteracy issues. You're solving the educational system. You're out there making waves in politics. You're out there solving social issues, family relationship issues. If all of you, and I've seen your business in the comments, you're doing all these things. If I can help you do those things well and be able to get your impact again beyond you, then I've done my job in terms of being the Batman that I could possibly be. I've helped do something good for the world and make a change in this world through you. It's about creating this ripple. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why I love this space of automation and technology. It's very fitting to my skill set and my ability to be able to get to that bigger vision and goal that I see.
Justin Morgan, thank you so much. Justin Morgan, that was a question. He didn't know I was going to ask any questions because I didn't know, but he spoke from the heart. And isn't that so important? Isn't that what we all want to do? We want to have a ripple effect. We want to hashtag serve so big, but we don't want to serve so big in the dark. We want to serve so big so that it benefits someone else. Do me a favor. Let's welcome Justin Morgan to the stage. Let's welcome him to do part 1 and part 2 and part 3. Let's welcome the man who wanted to be Batman. I guess that was his superhero because I had the Batman shirt on yesterday. Today I'm riding around DC on my bicycle. Let's do me a favor. Let's look below the video. And here's how we're going to welcome Justin Morgan. Here's how we're going to say hello to Justin Morgan. Here's how we're going to give him a digital clap as he gets ready to get his stuff together to come on the stage. You look right below the video right now, and we all can participate in all seriousness. And Ken Brooks started it off, by the way. Ken Brooks started off. He put hashtag Batman Justin. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. I think that's funny, man. I think that's funny. Come on, man. We got to have some fun. We got to have some fun. So look right below the video. And let's send a sound on the internet. And I want you to type these words, hashtag Batman Justin. Just put hashtag Batman Justin. Just put hashtag Batman Justin because the hero is here this evening to help you unleash your automation army. The hero is here to make a difference in your business so you can have a difference in your life, so you can make a difference for your family, and you can make a difference in your community. Justin showed up for that reason and that reason only. So you look right below that video and you put hashtag Batman Justin because he's going to serve so big. Betty Morgan said, "You are my hero." I wonder why. Betty said, "You're my hero." I love it. I love it. I love it. Rodney said, "On fire. Let's go. Let's go." Beverly Wimes said, hashtag Batman Justin. Henry Doris said, hashtag Batman Justin. Andrea Stuckley. Andre, send me that inbox message. My team will follow up with you. Put hashtag Batman Justin. Laura Beach put hashtag Batman Justin. Cheryl Diane put hashtag. That's the way. You got to get ready, Justin. You got to get ready, man. You got to get ready to be the superhero tonight. Batman Justin. None other than Valerie Brown herself, Ball, said hashtag Batman Justin. So with that being said, Marie, Jenny, I see you, darling. Hashtag Batman Justin. I see you. I see you. I didn't miss you. I didn't miss you. It is my time and my privilege to bring the person to the stage that is ready to hashtag serve so big. I see you, Asper Johnson. Hashtag Batman Justin, my hero. Amber Woods. Amber Woods is always showing up. Amber Woods supports the blind. She's a blind person in charge of the Blind Association here in the area. Amazing things. She put hashtag Batman Justin. She's all ears. So with that being said, let me go ahead and welcome to the stage the man himself, the myth, none other than hashtag Batman Justin. I'm just kidding. His name is Justin Morgan, the number one. Batman Justin. I don't know where kid got that from. That was funny. You got to admit that was like hilarious. That was
a good one.
That was like I kind of lost it. I mean, anyway, Justin, take it away, man. You got to teach us some automation stuff. I mean, all this other stuff.
All right.
Take it away, man. Take it away.
I'm a flying with my cape and my grab hook, and I'm here. It's time. I appreciate being here. Again, I'm Justin Morgan, here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick recap of the first 2 days. That way you're not completely in the dark, right? Not completely in the dark. Now, hopefully you were in the right place in the right time the last couple of days, and so you're up to speed. But if not, it's okay. These things are still up. You can go back and watch them to get the full detail. I suggest you do it tomorrow, tonight, wherever you want to binge this content, right? If you want to stay up all night, then it's there for you to watch. Now, the first day, I talked about a few principles. The key one, though, that I wanted to leave you with was this principle called I am. Right, because we're having this conversation about marketing. We're having this conversation about growing a list, having this conversation about turning leads into prospects. And the great way to do that is practicing the principle of I am. People pay you first with their information, second with action, and third with the money. If you do it out of that order, you cut your revenue by 80%. Right? That's important because it serves as a foundation to any sequence that you decide to build out in your business, in person, with an event, with your product, with your service. It doesn't matter how you or what you or where you're doing it. this principle exists. It exists in all the brands we see, the businesses we interact with. It's fundamental, right? So keep that in mind. Now, how do we get people to give us the information? How do we get people to take action? And then how do we get to this point? Again, part 3, we talk about the money, right? The first thing is they have to go through the sequence. And Shay, if you can bring up the graphic there that you had.
Gotcha.
For the sequence so we can show folks the steps. Okay.
Can you see it?
And yeah, so we're looking at, it's called the evergreen prospecting sequence. Again, it's a more of a marketing conversation. It's more of the marketing part of this journey that we're taking people on and you're going on in your business. Okay. This is the part where you're pulling people out of the shadows. If you're Batman, you're going out there and you're finding the bad guys, right? This is that part, right? You're going out there and solving problems for people. Okay. Way to do that is first you got to create a gift. That's what we talked about in step 1. Then you got to have a way to deliver that gift, right? And that gift, then, I could be on things like this. I could be on a conference call, could be on a webinar, I could be on be on my podcast, be putting something on social media. Ultimately, you have to create a call to action, right? In order for people to get that gift, that's be a call to action. So in terms of this conversation, right, that call to action would be to text a keyword, right? We text whatever keyword to a specific number, then they get a response. And that brings us to step 3, right? They get an automated response via that software. The software that we use is called Bumblebee. Okay, the software we use is called Bumblebee. And I'll show it to you real quick. So that way, Shay, it's your call, but I'm going to show it to you real quick.
Okay.
And share my screen so y'all can see it. Let me know when you can see it.
Okay, give me a second. They're gonna pull it up now and a second. There it is, Justin Morgan. Your screen is being shown now.
All right, so yeah, this is Bumblebee. I can go in here and create messages, create and set up keywords. Okay, and these keywords is very keyword based. So you would text one of the keywords, you get an automated response that you set up, right? And it can be whatever message. I can send and schedule out messages. You can manage the contacts. I won't go into my long, my list of contacts right now. You can also have conversations, right? So I can go in and create a message. That message could be a general message. It could be a autoresponder message, a little more complex. We won't talk about right this moment, but it integrates with some other tools. And then a campaign message, right? That's something that you can schedule ahead of time. So if you say text in that keyword and that number, right? Not only will you get the instant response, but I can schedule out subsequent responses after that, right? That you get either by the day or on certain dates. You have that choice. I can send a regular message. I can send a voice message, or I can send you a message with an image, right? So Bumblebee gives you that flexibility to do all those things, okay? It gives you those opportunities to do those things. So again, going back to the graphic, and I will stop sharing my screen here.
So you want me to show the graphic, okay?
Yep.
Give me a second.
Show the graphic for them, Shay.
Okay.
Okay. When they get that automated response in the context of this conversation, okay, they're going to get a response with a link. That link will be the next step, and it should be a natural next step to get what they were offered. All right. So ultimately, they texted in for some reason, should get them closer to getting that thing. Okay. That takes them to a landing page. And I talked about and I gave several different examples of landing pages and different softwares that you can use, all at different price points. And if on the higher end, you got ClickFunnels. On the lower end, you got things like Builderall, you got lead pages. Okay. And you connect those things, that landing page, they fill out their name and their email. And a couple of things happen at this point. Okay. Their information goes one direction and their eyes go another. Their information goes one direction. Their eyes go another. Okay, so their information goes to step 4A, and it goes inside what's called a CRM. I'll circle back to that in a moment. Okay, but their eyes go to a thank you page. That thank you page has some basic components like thank you. Right, just don't be rude. Make sure you actually show some gratitude on that page, and some natural gratitude. I don't mean the fake gratitude. I mean actually display some gratitude that they took that step to be there. But what's really cool is at that point, you give them an opportunity to opt in for an additional gift. Now, how do they opt in? They opt in by sharing. They get that additional gift via payment, and that payment is sharing out with their community. So this creates a strategic viral effect. It's not by luck. It's not by chance. It's not just because the star happened to go across the sky and we happen to wish with the social media powers that be that they spread our message for us. Mm-hmm. No, it's a strategic viral strategy that you put in place. You entice people to share. They share with their community. And then what happens, you create this thing called the evergreen loop, where then the system starts to build itself because there's a shift that happens. There's a shift from it being a marketing piece, from a marketing phase from a marketing standpoint. You shift from marketing to PR. You're shifting from you talking about your business to then other people talking about your business. And that is when it becomes powerful. There's nothing like word of mouth to confirm the validity of your service, of your brand, of the quality of what you do. Okay, that is what really solidifies your results. By setting these things up intentionally, it gets the system in place. And so again, I talked about, and I did some math of some possibility, right, of what could happen if you do this right. Now you can create a list and create a tribe, create a community that ultimately can make you six figures reasonably, again, if you do this the proper way. Okay, if you do this the proper way. Now, in this evergreen loop, as I stated, their eyes go one way, their information goes another. So now we got to talk about the information because we're not going to forget. We got to be data gangsters. Again, hashtag data gangsters. Somebody got to make that T-shirt. We got to make it happen. And I got some vending opportunities. I'm gonna take that shirt to the event so I can make sure that I can actually sell it. Like I'm taking it. I'm stealing it. It's happening. It's happening. Data gangsters. Somebody's got to make that shirt for me. Please let me know. Hook me up. I'm ready to hear an offer. Just let me know. We got to make it happen. Anyway, you got to be a data gangster, right? And so in order for to do that and to be that, you got to have their information. The information gets stored in a thing called a CRM, a customer relationship management system. What are some examples of those? Again, take them down. It's going quick. Active Campaign, Get Response, Aweber, MailChimp, Builderall has one in there. ClickFunnels, if you're willing to pay a little bit extra, has one in there. Kartra is another platform that does it all. They have one in there as well. These are all things that store data. Okay? When I get this system, the benefit is now I can communicate with you in the future indefinitely, as long as you decide you don't hate me or I have not bugged you to death, right? You opt out. I can continue to communicate with you. And so now you take people down a journey that's communicating and it's building value. You don't sell yet, right? So Shay is not relevant yet. Right? Shay is always relevant, by the way, but Shay is not relevant yet. For the point of this conversation, the sales piece, his skill is not relevant yet. At this point in time, we're still just offering value. They should first get the gift that you promised them, right? So don't break promises, no empty promises. The first thing they get is the gift that you promised them. And then after that, create some follow-up emails, some follow-up messages, some follow-up sequences that just teach them something. Again, the hashtag is serve so big. So this is an opportunity to serve them in an automated fashion, right? Because ultimately the number is, it takes about 7 to 10. Takes about 7 to 10 touches, right? Follow-ups, tag points, conversations, call whatever you want to, before somebody is really ready, before somebody is really comfortable, before someone is really prepared to be in a sales conversation, right? That's just how it works, right? We got to be warmed up. And that's what brings us into what we're going to be doing today. And ultimately today is going to be a conversation about how you can sell in an automated way, right? Really unleashing the power of an automated automation army where you're not just marketing, but you're also selling in an automated way. So before we get into all that, Shay, was that a clear recap? I want to make sure I didn't miss something that was vital. I know there was,
Justin, that was a good recap. And for some of you that are watching right now, some of you are listening, you're thinking, number one, for me to be a data gangster, I really don't have the tools in order to be a data gangster. Maybe you don't have a mobile messaging platform. Maybe you don't have an online messaging platform. Maybe you're not just collecting the data. Maybe you've tried to give away a gift. You tried to offer something of value, and it was just as hard for you to give something away for free as it was to sell it. And we get that. We understand how that can be stressful. We understand how that can be disappointing. We get it. So here's what I like to do. I like to do something special. If you're listening right now, you're like, you know what, Justin, I need to at least have a mobile messaging platform so someone can text me. I can text them back. I can make it with less than half a cent to have a contact. I can send my photo inside of a text message. I can have a text message auto sequence that's running when I'm not there. So if someone texts in today that they want to transform their life, at least for the next 2 months, I can send something out maybe once a month that's already automated. It's already there. It's time for me to unleash my automation army. Here's what I'd like for you to do. I'm going to put the number up, Justin, because I think I still have the number over here. I want to put the number up, and I want you to text a number right now. I want you to text this number here. And when you text this number, Justin, I want for those folks, one, to get all the details. That's number one. You get all the details. Number two, Justin, for a handful of folks where it makes sense, over the next 7 days, I just want them to try it out. I just want them just to enjoy it. I want them to post something and say, I can help you do blank, and let people text in so they can turn a lead into a prospect. That's something that you talked about earlier. And I was taking notes, Justin, in part 1 and part 2, by the way. These aren't notes that Justin gave me. These are notes that I did. And one of the things that Justin talked about that was so important is he said a lead shows interest in your product or service. But a prospect shows interest through their action. So some of you have 50,000 Facebook friends or 2,000 followers here and there, but they're not taking any action. So we want to give them a reason to re-engage them and take some action. And so we want them to show interest through the product or service you have to offer. So what do I want you to do? Here's what I want you to do. I'm trying to find, here you go. I want you to text the word Tech Club. Now, when you text the word Tech Club to 240-696-2009, I'm going to give you that number again. Now, I want everyone to do this. Doesn't cost you anything. I want you to at least get all the details on what you need to do in your own business in order to automate it and become a data gangster through a sequence of events that take place. Now, when you text the word Tech Club to 240-696-2009, you'll get a response back. You just follow the instructions. Now, what I've asked Justin to do is for the first, 50 of you who text in, that means you got to do it now. You got to do it now. You got to do it when? Now. So get your mobile phone out. I'm going to ask them to take you on a 7-day journey and just let you try out the mobile messaging system. Let you express what you need. Let you maybe put together a diagram. Some of you need to connect your CRM system. Some of you need to make sure that your pages are connected to your system that you're actually following with, which he's going to get into a little later. And if that's you, then just text the word Tech Club right now. TECH for those folks that are listening to the audio call right now on a conference line, and those on my podcast folks. What's up, podcasters? If you haven't downloaded the Happy Entrepreneur show, you better do that on podcast. Just go to the Happy Entrepreneur. But for those folks that are listening right now, text the word Tech Club, TECHCLUB, to this number. Do it now, 240-696-2009. Get all the details. And Justin, take them on a 7-day ride. With that being said, Justin, you did a great job recapping. The point that I want you all to know right now is that it's time for me to do one thing and one thing only. 3 words. Jot these 3 words down. Then I got to go back over to Justin because he's got to get to part 3. I asked him to do me a favor and do at least a recap, but jot these 3 words down. This is what I want all of you to do. And you can post this as a sticky on your board. You can post this to your bathroom mirror. Here it is. Raise your standards. Let me say that again. I want you to raise your standards. Shay, what does raise my standards mean? That means you're going to raise your standards. You're going to step up to another notch in the area of automation. You're going to raise your standards in the area of technology. You're going to raise your standards and reduce your labor. Let me say that again. Raise your standards in the area of technology and reduce your labor. You might say, Shay, but it's outside my comfort zone. I understand, but it's within your grasp. Shay, it's outside my comfort zone. Text the word Tech Club, to that number, that 240-696-2009. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video and write these words. Raise my standards. Myself personally, I had to raise my standards. I shared just the other night that I used to tell myself that I'm not a techie. I'm not a techie. I am not a techie. You might be telling yourself, Justin, I'm not a techie. And so, you know what? I wasn't a techie because I told myself I wasn't a techie. The law of belief is whatever you tell yourself over and over again, you will eventually believe. That's the law of belief. And so I fell right into the law of belief. And then I had an occurrence. Trevor Otts, who was the techie, decided he wasn't going to help me with something because he was too busy. Nothing personal. Well, I don't know if it was personal or not. He was too busy. And so I decided I had to dive into it, and I had to go watch a video. I had to go in there, and as afraid as I was, I figured it out. I had some help. Justin Morgan. It's good to have Justin on your team, by the way. But through that experience, I told myself that I may not be a master techie, but I get better every day. So I had to raise my standards, and now I'm okay with watching a video. I'm not saying you got to do that. I'm okay with trying to see what the tech team has to say. So if you're out there right now, like Nicole Brown Hurston said, raise my standard, I'm going to encourage you to do that. Justin's going to tell you how when you get to part 3. Andrea Stuckley said, raise your standards. Nikki said, raise my standards. Rodney said, raise my standards. Ashbury Johnson said, raise my standards. Isn't that true for all of us? Now, you can raise your standards in terms of health. You can raise your standards in terms of your finances. You can raise your standards in terms of relationships. That's not what I'm asking you to do on this episode. On this episode, I'm saying raise my standards in the area of automation. And when you show up next time and Justin Morgan's here and you're in the front row, you say, you know what? I got that one, Justin. What's next? I got that one, Justin. What's next? That's what I want you saying. Not like, well, I've heard this before. But this is not a conversation around what you heard. It's not a conversation around what you know. It's a conversation around what are you doing every moment of every minute of every day to implement this automation in your business. So you need to raise my standards. Justin, take it away, man. Let's help everybody to raise their standards.
All right. So we're ready to kick this off. You actually literally want me to answer that question of raising your standards. So I'm trying to understand.
No. You can go ahead on with the training, my man. You can go on with the training.
Okay.
They're all raising their
standards. Trying to throw another curveball at me because you've been doing that just a little bit, but it's okay.
Well, that's what you want, man. That's what you want. See, you got this thing. You got this thing.
All right. So part 3. Look. And Shay and I were talking. We're like, hey, what's the best way to give value in this time? Because there's a lot of things you can talk about when it comes to automating sales. But ultimately, I wanted to make sure that you knew that there were options available to you, that there are a number of options. So I'm actually going to give you 8 ways. It seems like a long list. It'll make sense. But I'm going to give you 8 different ways that you can automate the sales in your business. Right? I'm going to give you 8 different ways. So make sure you're ready to take notes, ready to understand this stuff. I'm going to dive into it. Some of it's going to be obvious. Some of it may be stuff you've forgotten about, and some things maybe you did not know. So hopefully some way you get at least one of these things in place. And if you can only have time to get one, then you just get help with the rest of it. But ultimately, you should be taking advantage of these different ways. Again, the last time I left this off at the end of the sequence that we just talked about, the last email you send is the one that ultimately gets them into a sales conversation. Right? So now what happens after that? All right, so it's kind of to be continues how I left it. So what happens after that? What does a sales conversation look like? What does a sales event look like? Again, as I explained it, it's any opportunity to be educated, someone to be educated. Again, the key term is to be educated about your product, service, your mission, or your brand, so they feel comfortable, they feel ready, they feel prepared, they understand and know that you have this solution problem. Again, it's about educating them in some way, shape, or form, and there are many different ways to do that. But the beauty of having something like this in place, and just think about it, because all of us are business owners, and maybe some of us want to hire somebody, and some of us just want to do it on our own. But for the folks who understand the power of having somebody in place, imagine putting this post up online. So imagine you going on monster.com, imagine you going on Indeed, and imagine you going on your other job post choice, or perhaps you're going to do old school Craigslist. I don't care. Whatever works for you, right? Whatever works for you. Imagine your job post is, I need to hire a salesperson that works 24/7. They don't complain. They don't cry. They don't whine. They never ask for a break, right? They never ask for a raise. They never ask for free coffee. They never ask for you to have a retreat, to have a company picnic. They never ask for any of those things. They just simply work for you around the clock. Now, if I went on to any job board and I put that up, I'd probably get 0 responses, right? But in reality, you don't need to do that. There are systems, there are tools, there are things you can put in place to make that the true reality of your business. You can have a system working for you, right? This may look bad on the labor force. Maybe, again, some folks are on the edge about replacing jobs, but at the end of the day, right, you have to do what works for you in your business. And so if there's something you need for your business, these 8 things are all going to be options for you. Okay, so the first one, hopefully y'all are ready for these things. The first one is your standard, it's your typical, it's your sales page, right? It's a sales page. Now, business like, well, I know that, but are you really using it? Because some folks use a sales page and they just kind of set it up and they expect it to go somewhere else and that other thing is going to sell it, or they have to do a webinar or something before the sales page in order for it to work. Believe it or not, there are some folks who are mean enough. They are good enough. They are skilled enough with their copy. So if you're really good at copy, you're really good at writing things out, there are folks that are that great that if they can send somebody to that sales page, they will buy based just off of reading that page. And that's it. Right? Also depends on your product and what you do and what you offer. But if you're mean enough in your writing game, that can also work. You also have to remember that people learn in different ways. Just like we had this conversation about kids now. Some kids are very good at visual learning. Some kids are very good at hearing. Some kids need to see a video. Some kids need to learn by doing. Some kids can learn just by reading. So again, all of us have different ways that we learn. And so if you aren't taking advantage of different methods to connect with people, then ultimately you're selling yourself short. And so don't let the art and the fanciness of videos and these other webinar tools just distract you from the fact that there are some people who just need to read it. And they need to experience great copy. They need to experience the journey you take them through at the headline of the page, to the copy of the page, to the call to action. And those things connect with them. I get caught like that as well when I'm reading pages. I'm like, oh, this is really good. Right? And I'm ready now just by reading the page. Like, I didn't need a video. So don't discount a traditional long form sales pages. They still work. You just got to be good. That's it. They still work. That's number one. And number two is in talking about the different ways to communicate that message to them. There's a sales letter. There's a video sales letter. Now, that really is taking the core components of that sales page and putting it into a video. Now, this is not a webinar. This is just a static video. Meaning you invite me to a page, I go to that page, and that page literally takes me through essentially the same journey that sales page does, just in video form. So it can have slides, it can have images, it can have you as well, right? That's fine. But it's just there, just sits, okay? Some of us think, again, get up on the webinar piece. I'll talk about webinars in a second. But sometimes a simple video that you can do on your phone, or you don't have to use any fancy, crazy software. Use your phone, put it up on YouTube, then put it onto your page somewhere, and then just invite people to that page. Haven't watched the video. Sometimes that's enough. I've gone to plenty of pages. Again, I'm a study of the game, right? So I'm always out there looking to see what other folks are doing, what other messages they have. And I go and I check it out and I say, I'm taking notes. And this is from taking notes over the years. There's some folks who never do webinars and never do long form pages. They simply just do a simple video and they make bank, like crazy money. And I look at it like, how this simple page, no crazy graphics, ugly colors, but they got this amazing just one video that sits there and just wow. And at the end of it, I have no intention of buying. But even then, I still start to reach in my pocket. I think the subconscious consciously, okay, maybe I got some money for this, or maybe I can fit it into the budget, or maybe I can find a way to fit this in the business. But then I talk myself off the ledge, right? But it's that good. So if you're that good, that is also a way to do it. Okay. Number 3, another popular one, just want to get those out of the way, is a webinar. So all understand webinars. We all aren't doing webinars. So mind you, I know you're watching this. You're saying, Justin, I know about webinars. Well, do you have one? That's the better admission, is do you actually have one running right now? Like if you were to put, so some of y'all could put the link in here right now, you'd be ready. But some of y'all, if I go to your website, I'll never find one. It won't be there, be non-existent. If I couldn't track one down if I wanted to try to, right? Y'all see it, you experience it, and you even purchase something because somebody else did a webinar, but yet you've yet to do one. Okay? So webinar is another option. Why is webinar a different option than the regular video? 1, you do it automated, but you simulate it as if you're live. Now, most of us, the good portion of us here are smart enough to know that most of your automated webinars aren't live. Hopefully you understand that. But, and if you didn't, then now you know, right? But there's tools and systems in place that at least simulate that. Just today, I was sitting at the desk, and I had a webinar going off in the background, and they simulated it so that way it made it so their assistant was sitting in the chat answering questions or interacting with me. I know it wasn't really the assistant, but the power is I felt more engagement. It's another opportunity to engage on a deeper level. So if you have to do a longer session, right? So a video sales letter is very good if you're doing something shorter, right? So maybe it could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. I've seen some very good short videos, some very bad long videos. So it doesn't have to be long per se for it to be effective. But webinars are very good if you're trying to do longer pieces, 45 an hour, even longer than that, because you get to have a style of engagement that allows you to stretch out the time a little bit longer and deepen the investment of time. Again, people are paying with action. They're paying with time at this point. Again, remember the principles. They're paying with time at this point. It gets you to deeper that investment of time. So that way, when you get to the end of it, it's like, all right, well, I sat through this 2-hour-long webinar. Now I know something expensive coming, but I've been here for 2 hours. I've gotten all this value. It makes this big high ticket sale worth it. So for some of you all that have higher ticket products and you want to sell it without hopping on the phone with somebody, a webinar is an option that you're going to want to explore. Just understand that. Webinar is an option that you're going to want to explore. Now, those are kind of the traditional things that folks think of when they think of automating their sales process. Again, these things work. They run around the clock. They run effectively. I know Shay's familiar with a lot of them, used a lot of these different, and all of really these different things at different times and in different phases.
And Justin, let me ask you a question. What do you think holds most people back from actually starting their webinar and completing their webinar? Because I know as I talk to folks, they understand it intellectually. Conceptually, it sounds like a good idea. Some even spend a ton of money recording their webinar, yet they never really have the expertise or experience to be able to set the webinar up inside of a platform, or is not connected to a CRM that behind the scenes has a follow-up sequence that continues to touch the person, or they struggle with the very beginning, which they have a webinar. Somehow they paid the money to get it set up. They feel pretty good about it because they look good, but they have another problem. They're not doing what you talked about earlier. They're not bringing in leads and turning them to prospects. So as a result, they never have anybody watching the webinar. Like, it's running and there's no one watching. And so they get disappointed. So my two-part question, Justin, as you're kind of thinking through it, is number one, why do most folks not do it? Now,
Yes, I can.
they said they can't
There
hear
you
me.
go. There you go.
Well,
all right.
There I was, pouring my heart out, Justin. I wish that y'all could have heard the passion in my voice. Mic check. A mic check. They wonder why we always do a mic check. Because I was drinking water earlier and I turned my mic off because I'm not perfect and you couldn't hear me. But anyway, as you're out there right now listening, Roberta, what's going on? Thanks for joining, man. Justin Burns, not Justin Morgan, but Justin Burns is in the house. What's up, Justin Burns? Here's the question I was asking Justin Morgan, who was listening to me, but you couldn't hear me. As I said, Justin, why do people not really set their webinar up? Why do they not do it? And I said, I believe, Justin, on my experience, and he's going to give his own interpretation, that a number of folks, intellectually, they get it. Conceptually, it's a great idea, but they never take time to go get the software that they paid for the software, but they don't have nothing in this empty software. Some folks are paying $2.99 a month, some $5.99 a month, and there's nothing inside the software. Now, even if they have a video that they went out and recorded, took the time to write, put it all together, it's inside of the webinar machine. But here's the problem. It's not even connected. It's like their Gmail account. They can only send the email and receive email. They're not using any other tools that it does with over in Google. And so now someone comes to the webinar, but there's no follow-up sequence. Now they come to the webinar, but there's no other contact. And that's because they never connected it to a CRM. Now, if they have a MailChimp or Active Campaign or ClickFunnels or Infusionsoft or Entreport or Contra, all the ones he mentioned on the other episodes, if they have that, it's not even connected and set up because they're not the experts at doing that. And that might be you right now. And my question, Justin, was why don't people set them up? Why don't they fully integrate it? Why don't they embrace the number one way and the fastest way to grow their business by having automated webinars that talks when they're not there? Like imagine for a moment you wake up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You're having breakfast. And while you're having breakfast, someone is watching your webinar and hearing you share how you solve a problem. And then you meet Justin Burns for lunch at 12 o'clock. You're not there. 12 o'clock, someone, not just someone, tens of thousands of people are watching your webinar and you're not there. And then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you take a nap. You decide you're taking a nap in the day because you're tired. And guess what happens? Some people somewhere in the world that you don't know are watching your webinar. 6 o'clock, you have dinner. Someone is watching your webinar. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you show up for the Happy Entrepreneur Show. And while you're watching this episode, your webinar is working for you. Justin, I'm going to submit, Justin, the number one reason. I'll get yours. What's up, Clinton McCoy? Thanks for joining. Good brother out of Atlanta. Just met him, by the way. Fantastic photographer and videographer, by the way. Hey, Kat Patisse. Got to give Kat a shout out. She's been watching you all week, Justin. She don't show up for me, but she's been showing up to watch these episodes. Good Lord. You bring out the all-stars. My point I wanted to make to you is this. I believe the number one reason is it's the automation piece. It's the technology piece. They spend the money to get the webinar done. They spend the money to go into the studio. They spend the money to learn what to say, but they never get it set up. And if they do, they only have one. If they're blessed, they have two. But they definitely don't have 3, 4, or 5 webinars. And doesn't it just make sense? And make sense. Someone look below the video and say, if it makes sense and sense, then I need to do it. Just look right below the video right now and say, if this makes sense, you got it. S-E-N-S-E. And sense, C-E-N-T-S, that I need to do it. And if that's you as you're listening right now, I'm going to turn it back to Justin. I want to encourage you. If it makes sense and makes sense, and you're like, I need to have my automation army unleashed. I need to be able to generate prospects. I think Justin mentioned earlier when he was going over the evergreen prospecting sequence and he broke that thing all the way down for you. Many of you are looking at it and said, I don't have any of that. I know about it, Shay, but it is not working for me. And if it was, I would serve more people. If it was, I'd make a much bigger difference in the world. I want you to do me a favor. I wasn't going to mention this, but I've got to do it, Justin. I'm going to turn it back to you because I want you to answer that question, Justin. Why don't we do it? I believe it's because we need the technology, and sometimes it costs too much. Sometimes it's just we don't take time to do it. So if that's you and you're ready, because it makes sense and makes sense, then I want you to text the word. Let me find that word here. Text the word Tech Club That looks so cool, doesn't it? I mean, of all the graphics that we have, Justin, and all the wonderful resources I have, I can still text the word Tech Club. Someone send Trevor Ott a message. Wake him up right now and say, you know what? Can you get Shay Brown a graphic? Come on now, holla at your boy. Can I get a graphic for my own graphics team that says text the word Tech Club? But in the intro, I can still type the word. Text the word Tech Club right now to 240-696-2009. Let me give that to you again. 240-696-2009. Now, why do you want to do it? That's the question. Well, the number one reason is to get all the details. The number two reason is I've asked Justin to unleash the software that we had for $100 to help grow our company to a 7-figure business and give that to you. Let you test drive it for 7 days. Get your gifts, not gift, gifts, not gift, gifts, not one, but two. That's plural, set up so that when you do have your webinar, you're not by yourself. Someone's watching it. And earlier I gave you 3 words. I said, raise your standards. Raise my standards. And you thought it was funny, and it was. You thought it was cool, and it was. But now it's time to really raise my standards in the area of technology and have my evergreen prospecting sequence in order and set up. And then have my webinar connected on the other side. So I've got a messaging platform. I've got a webinar platform. And I have an offer in there that can make a difference. I started off earlier telling you that people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. And you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. But what good does it do to have the vision, in all seriousness, and no people? Imagine Noah. Imagine Noah given the vision by God. It's given for someone else, to him, for someone else. And he decides he's not going to go out and he's not going to build a boat. Well, he knows that he needs a hammer. Well, no. He knows he needs some nails. No. He knows what all the wood is, all the different types of wood. But guess what Noah never does? He never does it. Now, Beverly, I see you. Cheryl, I see you. Ashburn, I see you. I'll give you this one golden nugget. I'm going to turn it back over to Justin Morgan, but I'm speaking from the heart best I can. Text the word Tech Club. Don't be left behind on that. Don't be left behind on it. Make sure you do that and get all the information. If nothing else, get all the information and make sure you are aware of that. And Shay, what's the number one reason I should do it? What's the number one reason I should do it, Shay? Here's the number one reason. Someone put this one nugget right below, just this one nugget. And Justin, I got to give it back to you, my man. But this is so important, and here it is. One of my favorite sayings. It's a Shayism. It's cool. It's another saying, but here it is. The best intentions do not equal the best results. We talk about raise my standards. Let me say that again. So make sure you hear that. The best intentions do not equal the best results. It's time to raise my standards. Look right below the video. All my digital note takers. Someone that's trying to bless someone else. Someone's trying to make a difference in their own life. Just write just one principle down. It's one of the core values at the Happy Entrepreneur Network. And here it is. The best intentions. You got the right intentions. You got the right motives. You got a big heart. But the best intentions do not equal the best results. Hashtag serve so big. Amber Woods asked for the number one more time, Justin. You go ahead and say the number. I'll put it up. But the best intentions don't equal the best results. Text now. Text now. Text now. Worst case scenario, you decide to do nothing. Best case scenario, you show up on the episode. And when I say, how do you serve in the world? I help people ... And you put, I help people transform their lives. And underneath that, the link you put is the link to your webinar so someone can go hear how you transform lives. You're going to feel good and you're going to bless someone else. So you show up, you do that. Justin Burns, Amber Woods asked, what is the number? What is the number and what's the number and the word she needs to text once again? Go ahead and say it so she can hear it. She can't see it, so she can hear it. So you got to read it a little slower.
Right. The number is 240-696-2009. The word is Tech Club. It's all one word. TECHCLUB. 240-696-2009.
Yeah. All right, Justin. Take it away, man. I know you're coming down the home stretch. I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
All right. So continuing on this list, we got the first three out the way. This next one, it's not something that people really think about because I don't know if folks know it's a possibility, but it's another way to have a really engaging, content-rich platform to be able to automate and interact with potential clients. And that is you can actually automate a conference call. Folks don't know this. Right. And, you know, some of us, we tricks of the trade, we do know this, but some folks don't know that you can actually automate a conference call. So you could be calling and dialing into one of these conference calls you think is like a weekly thing, and it's actually a pre-recorded thing. Like, again, technology is amazing these days. This is something that we think about. Again, this is very close to the webinar situation where it gives you a chance to highly engage people for an extended period of time and be able to sell something that's a little bit higher ticket or that's a little bit more intricate because you get a little bit more time to interact and explain it. And the beauty here is, again, it sets up another situation where you can sell one to many and really zero to many because you're not sitting there doing anything, yet you can have a crowd of people listening to that call and then being able to self-filter themselves into taking that next step. And that's the beauty of it. So, again, that is another possibility. So for folks who are camera shy, and you don't like Jay and I, you don't like being here in the bright lights, or you don't want to set up a camera, not sure what to pick. You got a million excuses as to why you can't do what we're doing right now, but you have a voice. You can speak, right? You can be heard. If you can do that at the very least, then you can make these things happen. Shay asked me now, what's the number one reason why people aren't getting these things in place? It's simply lack of knowledge. It all comes down to lack of knowledge. Again, you're not techie because you don't understand. You don't have the knowledge to navigate the systems. You look at it and say it's expensive because you lack the knowledge to know there are tools that can be set up for free. You don't know how to flow and integrate things because you lack the knowledge of how to connect things. So I'm here to at least give you a spark, at least show you a direction, at least give you some resources so that way you know that you no longer have to lack that knowledge. You no longer have to live in the dark. You no longer have to look at this thing, something that's overwhelming. There are ways out. So money doesn't have to be an issue. Time doesn't have to be an issue. Knowledge doesn't have to be an issue. Team doesn't have to be an issue. There are solutions to these things, and they're all open to you. So this list that I'm giving you is kind of attacking this at all different angles. So these next four, okay, the first three is going to be an interesting convo, and this last one is definitely something you're going to need if you're going to be taking your business to the next level, not just like kind of like to the next level. You're going to add another comma, some extra zeros. That last is really going to be the kicker there to take you from just kind of a in your house kind of deal to being that big corporation, big business kind of deal. So just keep that in mind. Now, these next three, again, and I think, Shay, it's okay for us to have a true business conversation because I think sometimes we spit these things out there, right? And we don't really talk about the concept within running a real business, okay? So for some of you, right, you have this product, you got this thing that you're selling, and you want to hit this home run and sell this $1 million thing because it's going to change the face of your life. It's going to solve all your problems right now. But you realize you're running a business. You got lights to keep on, bills to pay, tools to pay for, labor that you have to, and to pay for as well. Like there are bills. These things are recurring, right? So again, some of us focus on the big sale, but we don't have anything in place, or we really don't focus on the systems and the tools and the opportunities to make those sales that just pay the bills, that help insulate your business, that help make sure that if everything goes wrong, perhaps you keep striking out on the big pitch and the big hit and trying to sell that big ticket item, that there's still something running at the back end, right? Or at least on these other channels that is making you simple money that makes sense. And really the context of this, because there's different type of sales that you can do. I won't go into all of them. There's your initial sale, and that's what most people think about. It's the main product or service that you're selling, right? But then there's something called the cross sale, right? Where you're selling really a complementary product, right? It's not necessarily something that you own, but maybe you have a deal, or it's something that complements your main service, but it's not as expensive. It's not as flashy. It's not as out there, but it works very well, right? So think of this as a cross sale type deal where you have a system set up or a platform set up where you're selling things that are either maybe you're an affiliate for someone else, right? So what's an affiliate, Justin? I know I'm taking myself down a rabbit hole, but I want to explain these things because it's important. An affiliate is when you sign up to sell something on somebody else's behalf and you get compensated for it, right? Or again, so that's one scenario. Or again, you have a complementary product, a small product, a simple product, low barrier entry product that you can sell, again, that pays the bills, that puts money in your pocket, that gives you money to spend on ads, that nature. So think of these next three things as sources for that. And these are sources that we are very familiar with. The first one is YouTube. Okay, so YouTube is at the core, these are evergreen platforms, meaning I create content and it sits there for life. And it doesn't just sit there for life. The platform is set up in such a way that if anybody goes there and they search specific terms, search specific questions, they have specific problems, there's a chance that they can land on my content. Whether it's 1 day old, 1 year old, 5 years old, 10 years old, it'll still be sitting there to this day, and it'll be up to that platform system to then push it out there, right, based off of the search terms and things of that nature. So YouTube is one of the greatest examples for it, right? It's a great way to set up a complimentary sale. Now, can you use YouTube to try to sell your big product? Sure. But again, now we're getting into you're jacking up the information action money deal, right? Why I'm saying these small ticket products make sense and why they're easy and why they're kind of supplementary, right? They're just kind of there to help just in case. So if I'm saying I'm doing a YouTube video and I'm talking about broadcasting, right? So I could be on a stream like this talking about broadcasting, and my sale may not be, my main product may be to learn how to set up your 7-figure live stream, right? So let's throw a title out there, okay? That'd be my main thing. But you may just have a question about what camera I use. You may just want to know what tools I use, what mic I use. And so what I do is I just set up a link through an Amazon affiliate link, and I just put it in the description of the video. Because maybe you're curious and you're like, hey, I want my business to look like Justin. So maybe if I use his mic, or I use his camera, I click on that link and I can buy it. Guess what? Right? It's natural. They just went and did it. Didn't have to do a big pitch, but it's there. It's another revenue source for you to use. Okay? And I didn't do any extra work to do it. It doesn't require a ton of selling, a ton of pitching. Okay? So it's just kind of there to supplement your business. Okay? So that's, they had to look at it. So YouTube is the first example. The second example is blog posts. Believe it or not, people still read blogs. As I said earlier, we all aren't into video. We all aren't into music. We all aren't into hearing things. Some of us just want to read. So blogs are another place, another space where you can create something that's searchable. You set it up, you set it up properly so that way people can find it on the internet. It'll sit there and can be searched and gain access. And again, in that thing, you can set up a similar thing. It could be an affiliate deal. Maybe you're sending somebody to get up another product. Or perhaps, again, you're selling your low ticket item. So again, there's not much barrier to entry, or there's not much resistance if your product is $9.99 and it makes 100% sense. So if I have a blog post about health, maybe I'm in the fitness area, right? Maybe my blog post is about, hey, these are the 5 things I do every day to lose weight or stay fit. Perhaps one of those products is just simply my workout guide, and I just charge you 99 cents for my workout guide. I still get your information. You took some action, actually get some money, and again, it's low ticket, and it helps pay bills because everybody's doing that, and I have a ton of visitors to that blog each and every day. At the end of the day, it is helping to sustain your business. So the blogs are a viable option. And then lastly, in this category of evergreen, podcasts. Just as Shay said, he's going to put this up on the Happy Entrepreneur podcast. And I can go on to many podcast platforms and search certain tips and tools and questions and land upon this particular podcast. So same scenario, just a different venue, right? I like to listen to podcasts as I drive. So why not have that as an option? Again, I'm not giving these things because you need to pick one, right? Pick one at the start, But I'm giving you these tips because you really should have all of them in place. Not just one, not just two. You really have all of these things in place. So you're creating a true infrastructure for your business to capture sales in different ways. Again, you got somebody selling for you 24/7, 365, no holidays, no rest, no vacations. They never get sick. They never complain. They never bug you unless the technology sucks or, YouTube makes a change last minute. Otherwise, they never bug you, right? And that's the beauty of having these things in place. So make sure that you have these 3 evergreen things. So what I want y'all to do in the comments is let us know. And I'm curious because I'm on the podcast kick right now. If you have a podcast, and Shay, and is it okay if I ask them to, if you have a podcast, put it in the comments. I'm curious. I want to speak to you. I want to hear from you, and maybe we can collaborate, or maybe collaborate with other folks in the stream. And if you don't have a podcast, why haven't you gotten one yet? I'm doing some self-research. I'm selfish. Doing some self-research. Put it in the comments. I want to know. So, Shay, what took you so long to start your podcast? I'm curious.
Justin, I've done it 2 times, right? So I'm one of the people that started something and then stopped something. It took me about, 5-8 years to actually start a podcast. And then I started this podcast called 10-Minute Sales. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this 10-minute podcast. I'm going to do it every day, and I'm going to push this thing out there. And I did it, I believe it was like 164 days. So I had 164 episodes. It's out there right now. You go to SoundCloud, just type in Shay Brown, and you'll see it, like 164 episodes. And it was on a podcast. But then I got burned out, Justin, and I wasn't consistent. So then I stopped. And I stopped for about almost 2 years now. And it wasn't until about 8 months ago where I talked to you, by the way, and I got the podcast actually reactivated and set up. And I changed the name of the podcast from 10-Minute Sales to The Happy Entrepreneur. Now, it was easy to go through the process, but if I didn't have Justin, I didn't have a tech team to help me smooth through the waters, not so much to go out there and do the podcast, but to connect it, to make sure it's integrated, to make sure it's supercharged, then it would never happen. And then, Justin, your question was, what took me...
Hey, Shane, they can't hear you, man.
I've got to stop drinking water and trying to be cool. I've got to stop that, man. Every time I sip of water, when you was talking earlier, I was like, let me go and take the mic off real quick because I didn't hear you give me gulping down water. And I just got to stop that. So Justin asked the question, what took me so long to start my podcast? And what took me so long, Justin, is I've done this thing twice. First time I did it, Justin, I started a podcast. It took me about 8 years to get going. And it was the fear of the unknown. I didn't have anyone that could get the pieces going around because iTunes said I needed this. Android said I needed this. To have it on Stitcher, I needed something different. Then I had to have a platform. Then I had to have a WordPress site. Then it had to be put up there. It was so many moving parts that it was a bit overwhelming. Got started. And I said, I'm going to do this podcast every day. It's called 10-Minute Sales. In fact, you can go to iTunes and Google 10-Minute Sales. Go to SoundCloud. Go to Stitcher. And you'll see it. 164 episodes is how I met Vanessa Collins because she's the only person I believe that was listening to my podcast and taking notes every single episode. And she would send me my own notes. So I felt I had to keep going, Justin, because Vanessa Collins was sending me notes to my own podcast. Then I stopped. I got burned out. I got a lot of stories. The short answer is I stopped. I quit. 164 episodes straight, I quit. And then I got re-engaged, and I said, well, I'm not going to do a podcast. I'm going to do a show. And it's still, Justin, when I came back and talked to Justin, and Justin and his team could break it down for me and show me how they can get it up and going in a short amount of time, I said, well, why wouldn't I have a podcast? Why would I take the show and convert it into a podcast and put it out? So because of Justin Morgan now and the tech team, I'm able to do it. To answer your question, Justin, the reason I never started the podcast, it wasn't that I didn't think it was important. It was the fear of having to do all the work myself and slowing down in other areas of my business to do something that wasn't an immediate income producing activity. It didn't immediately have the results. And so I set other priorities. I don't want y'all to do that. You don't have to make a choice between what you want to do. Here's what I'm going to suggest. Get yourself a team. Get yourself a tech team. Join a tech club. Be a part of something that can help you get these little things done. Because when you do the small things well, you get big results. Jot that down in your notes. So Shay, as we can put that down, Do small things well, and you get a big result. So when I start doing the small things like the podcast, you know what happened? I started getting bigger results. So reason, Justin, I didn't have a team to do it, and I didn't want to stop what I was doing to actually make it happen.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, before we get into this last very vital, crucial point, Beverly Wims Rosario had a question is, she doesn't understand podcasts. So, and you're not alone, Beverly. You definitely aren't alone. Podcasts are a platform where I can take audio, pure audio, and I can post it, and I can search it so different people can publish different audio. And that's it, just audio. Right? You go listen to it. They can talk about stories. You got things about news, politics, current events, social need, financial need. Like, there's any topic you want to find, entertainment, whatever it is for you, you can find on different podcast platforms. You got iTunes had podcasts, Google Play Music has podcasts. I like a platform called Anchor. Stitcher is an app on my phone I listen to podcasts on fairly often. You can go on SoundCloud.com and listen to podcasts. These are all viable options in terms of you consuming podcast content. There's tons of other ones out there if you search it and Google it. But that's what it really is. It's really just a chance for you to consume things via your ears, and that's it. So you can be multitasking, you can be doing things around your house, you can be driving and still taking in information and still learning and growing or just being entertained. Whatever it is for you, no judgment, right? Whatever it is for you, you can use it to that advantage. So that's what a podcast is. So hopefully that clears things up. Let me know in the comments, that way I know that answered your question. So enough of that. This is this last piece. Because, again, some of you want to add an extra comma, you want to add an extra zero, you want to have an automation army, you want to make sure you make these things happen. So I've been talking about tools and software and all those things for the longest time. But there is a particular that you will be missing if you don't take advantage of this last thing. And that is actually building out a sales team itself. Justin, that doesn't sound like automation. Well, to be clear, you can't just set up a sales team and just sit in a room and decide you're just going to hand out some sheets of paper and that's how you're going to run it. There has to be certain systems in place to make those sales team run efficiently. Okay, there are certain systems, there's certain sales CRM systems that allow you to manage, allow you to schedule appointments, allows you to assign clients, so it allows you to sign prospects out for people to reach out to and close. There are things in place. So if you don't have this in place, right, just keep this in mind. Again, it's still something being done. So even if it's people, whether it's people or tools, the basis of automation, this is kind of I think where people just say that they don't understand what automation is at its core and the function of what it means for you. It's when you get a result without you being in the picture, right? So it's you wanting something done, but you not being there. So whether it's a tool, whether it's a person, whether it's a magic wish, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, right? It gets done without you being in place. That is automation. So at this last piece, if you're really trying to grow your business, okay, there are systems put in place that you can bring on and hire a team. And this is the magic, is whether you decide to hire and pick people of your own team yourself, you can do that. There are services out there that will actually do this for you. Do your research, all right? Stay linked in the community because you may find there are some sources here in this community. But at the end of the day, there are resources that you can use that will actually function as your own sales tech team agency for you. They'll help you with the systems, get those things in place, and then you can work with them to put the right pieces in place. And of course, you got the tech help you set up that system that can then manage your sales professionals, your sales reps, your sales teams. That way they're out there doing the closing, the work for you. This allows you to sell those higher ticket products you want to sell that you can't just do via a webinar. You can't just do via a YouTube video. You can't just do via a sales page. Like, these are the people who will build true interaction. They'll go out there and they'll follow up for you. They'll be hammering on the phones, trying to make those decisions and help people, get toward their solution. This is the last thing that you will truly need to get to that next level, Shay. So if they don't have it, they don't have it. But you still have a chance to get it. And I know Shay understands the power of a sales team because he talks about it. And so it doesn't have to be just something that he talks about. It can be a rally that you actually run. No more excuses. I mean, that's it, really, Shay. Is no more excuses.
No more excuses, Justin. You've taken away all of the excuses. Let's give Justin Morgan, the world's #1 automation guru. Let's give him a digital applause. Let's give him a hand. How do you give Justin Morgan a digital applause? I want everyone to look right below the video. Everyone is watching right now. Look right below that video, and there's a little space there. You can write a comment. And in that little space, you can write a comment. Just put, "Thank you, Justin." Or put, "Justin, great job." Some of you were here at the very beginning. You can put a hashtag Batman Justice. Hashtag Batman Justin. And that's just the way of saying thank you. That's the way of saying we appreciate you. You can hit the heart button. You can hit the like button. You can heart it up to give him just a round of applause to say, you know what, guy, good job for pouring out. Good job for showing up and doing a hashtag serve so big. Good job for doing the first time we've ever had a 3-part series on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We may never, ever do this again, to be honest with you. But Justin brings so much value. He brings so much energy. And I know for some of you, you're telling yourself, I'm working way too hard. Some of you can't find more minutes in the day. Some of you don't want your labor involved. Some of you want to spend more time with your family or spend more time in your hobby. So look below the video like Sunshine Swinton and put thank you. Beverly put thank you. Peaches said thank you with a bunch of claps. Sherry Ragland said thank you, Justin. Ashburn Johnson said thank you, Justin. Amber Wood said hashtag Batman Justin. Great job, Batman Justin. I had to come up with that one. Valerie's still up, said thank you so much, Justin, for all that you've done and all that you poured out this evening. We appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm going to let you have closing comments in a moment. But we appreciate this 3-part series because the reality is you need to automate the business. The #1 addiction facing business owners today is addiction to our labor as the primary way or that we actually generate revenue in our business. And it doesn't have to be that way. Is my mic on? Oh, good. I'm a little nervous. It doesn't have to be that way. This mic only works when it's turned on. When it's not turned on, it doesn't work, right? And that's the same thing with technology in your business. Technology in your business, it's okay. I got a nice box sitting over there. But if that box don't have the power, if it's not turned on, if it's not connected, you don't hear me right now. You can't see me right now. The power of technology, for many of you, raised my standard in the area of technology. Cynthia Green, what's Cynthia Green doing? Cynthia Green said, thank you, Justin. You did a great job. Gertrude Chapman said, great job, Justin. Thank you for the information. Loretta said, Justin, hashtag Batman Justin. Great job this evening. Justin, you tore the house down, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking time away from your family. Thanks for pouring out to the Happy Entrepreneur Network, man. We appreciate you. I want you to have the closing comments. I know some of you are looking out there right now, and some of you are already texting the word Tech Club, texting the word Tech Club to 240-696-2009. Again, 240-696-2009. Text the word Tech Club just so you make sure you get all the information. Make sure you get the notes. Make sure you get the 7 days so you can just get these tools and get on the path to automating your business and multiplying your process. Here's what I want you to know. You got this. Here's what I want you to know. You can do this. Here's what I want you to know, Peaches, who just saw part of this. You can go over to Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe. You can watch the replay. Here's what I want you to know. You don't have to do it alone. Here's what I want you to know before I turn it over to Justin. Success is a team sport. So get yourself a team, but not just any team, but a Hall of Fame team. And when you have the tech club as part of your team, it's the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame are the best of the best. You know, my dad used to tell my sons all the time and his grandsons, he used to say, look, it's not enough to be the best anymore. We compete around this world. It's not enough to be the best. You must get around the best and become the best of the best. Now, the only way to be the best of the best is to be around the best. And in your business as an entrepreneur, imagine that you're out there working and you have no high-speed internet. Imagine that you're working and you have no smartphone. Now, I know for some of you, you're not in the dark ages, but when automation is not working for you, then yes, you are back in the 1980s. Because you know about it, you're just not implementing it. Easy to do, easy not to do. Easy to do, easy not to do. Peaches Gladys says she's going to go back and watch the replay. We'll keep it over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Justin broke it down in great detail. Was up to my man James Valentine just joining on. Asbury Johnson said the amazing Batman superhero Justin himself in the house. Amber said hashtag the best of the best. That's you, my friend, because only superstars are here right now. Only the winners are here right now. Only the people watching right now that believe they have the potential inside of them to perform at a much higher level than whatever level you're at right now. Only you have shown up. And you showed up for one reason and one reason only. And that is so you can hashtag serve so big. You could use your talents. You could use your treasure. You can use your time. You can use your experience. You can use your expertise to help someone else so you can hashtag serve so big. So from the bottom of my heart, Justin, I appreciate you. And to all the digital note takers, you do not go unnoticed. We get calls, I get emails, maybe I'll start sharing them of folks who go back in and they look at the notes. They get the highlights. They get a chance to connect with other folks because you put what you do. You put your link down. And we appreciate you. You're writing on that digital board forever etched in time so that someone else can benefit. And that's why I love what we do, Justin, because it's a good opportunity to have this interaction. I was talking to someone and said, Jay, there's so much interaction. So it has nothing to do with us or me or Justin. It's the happy entrepreneur tribe that want to help other entrepreneurs. And yeah, I get the old that there's not enough for everybody, but we believe in the law of abundance. There's enough for all of us. There's enough for all of us. We can all get there together. We indeed are stronger together. So with that being said, Justin, let me again say thank you. Let me say I appreciate you. Let me turn it over to you, my man. You spent 3 direct episodes breaking down how to unleash your automation army, and you served. So what do you have to say to all the entrepreneurs that now at least have the information? What are your parting comments to everyone have to go out there and have to make it happen now? These lights are going to go off. Justin's going to go spend time with his family. And we won't be there. You'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be you, your phone, and a laptop. And you've got to do something. But we don't want your labor directly involved. Let's reduce the labor. Let's reduce the labor. Let's reduce the labor. As I close out, you look right below the video. Look right below the video and put reduce my labor. Hashtag serve so big. Shay, that's an oxymoron. No, it's not. Reduce your labor. You're going to automate it. You're going to automate it. You're going to automate your business. And you're going to hashtag serve so big. Justin Morgan, I'm done for the night, man. The pencil's broke. That's all she wrote. I turn over to you, my good friend, and give you a closing comment. You got me fired up, man, because I couldn't do this without you guys. I mean, I couldn't serve, and we couldn't bring this show to people every single night if it wasn't for the technology, if it wasn't for the automation, if it wasn't for what you do behind the scenes. It's not possible to do this through the power of these fiber optic lines. So let's give it up for Justin. It makes us look good, and make sure you can hear us, and make sure we're connected. And he's done that not only like he's doing now, but he's done it behind the scenes. Many of you don't know at all of our conferences. Remember, some of you watched the Black CEO conference. You watched the closed conference. You've been everywhere, and you've been able to watch. You've been able to view. You've been able to see what's going on at a high-quality production value. Why? Because of the technology. Why? Because of the automation. Why? Because the person that leads that effort is none other than Justin Morgan. Without him, you would not have seen what was going on. And many of you wouldn't see me right now. So, Justin, I give it up to you, man. Justin, you're amazing. Justin, you're incredible. And if you haven't told yourself lately, Justin, you're awesome. I'm closing. I'm done. I'm finished. Just look right below the video and say, Justin, you're awesome. We started off saying that earlier, didn't we? We just said you're awesome. Now I'm gonna tell him publicly. He'll probably go back and use this video. You'll see him somewhere. It'll be somewhere in his thing. He'll say, you're awesome, Justin. But it's so true. You're awesome, Justin. With that being said, Justin, take it away. Anisha's in the house. What's going on, Anisha? Thanks for joining. Over to you, Justin Morgan.
Shay, I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate everybody who has been here at this time. It is late, and I understand. I just hope that I've led up. I've serviced you at the level in which you were expecting in this time and the investment that you've given us. Look, at the end of the day, automation is about systems. We're all here because we want a result in life. We all want to receive something from the world. We all have a vision. We all have a gift. We all have a dream that we want to receive into this reality. And we all must understand that if everything has a system, everything has a process, everything has a procedure. And so there's a system for you to do something. There's a system for you to give something. There's a system for you to create something. But you must not forget, in order for you to receive something, there must also be a system in place. And so if you aren't getting the result that you want, you don't have the wealth that you want, the health that you want, the relationships that you want, because you don't have the right system in place to receive it. And so if I were to give you anything beyond any other principle I provided you in this time, is make sure that you have a system in place in some way, shape, or form. Because if you never do, you will never be able to receive what it is you are destined, you're ordained, that the Lord or whatever you believe in has imposed or that's been meant for you to receive. It will never show up in your life. And so as Shay says, your life, the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And neither will exist if you don't have the right system in place so you can receive the thing you were ordained to receive. And that is it. So that's what I leave you with. Again, I'm Justin Morgan, here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. Founder of AutomationMastery.net. And as I end everything, make sure that you treat each day as a building block to a better future. Thanks, Shay. Thanks, Happy Entrepreneurs. Peace.
Peace, Justin Morgan. Y'all just finished hearing from Justin Morgan, the world's #1 automation guru. Thank you, Justin. Thank you to all the happy entrepreneurs that are out there. Nicole Brown said, Justin, I was ready for tonight's question. I think I need a perfect attendance award. Fabulous job. You've been in all 3 sessions. We love you. We appreciate you. With that being said, for those that are joining and tuning in for the very first time, you've been watching the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country. My name, by the way, that's me. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, I promise you, we're going to make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless every single one of you, and I wish you success. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Peace. We out.
Please go ahead and give a big standing ovation for the one and the only Shay Brown.
And I'm here right now in this moment with none other than the one and only Dr. Willie Jolly. What's up, my friend?
It's a privilege and a pleasure and a treat and a treasure to be in your presence.
All right, Delator, we're going to get started. You ready, Delator?
I'm ready, friend.
You ready, Dr. Connett?
Ready.
You got, none other than Andy Henriquez. And we have someone like a Dr. Sonia who's a bad sister. All right, now, go ahead with your bad self. None other than the Kim Warren Martin. That's the promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes.
And they stay there